Hi everyone. So I've been using this iPad mini for over 2 weeks now. And the question is, do we need this size of tablet? Because nowadays we have phones like 6.7 inch, 6.8 inch, and they can do almost everything that this tablet can do. So we do really need that size? So I'm going to answer that today. By the way, a part of this video is sponsored by ESR. A lot of people commented that why not get iPad Air over this, or even iPad Pro 2018 2020, and they're not wrong. I mean, if you get in the same value, they might be a better value over this iPad mini. But the part that they don't understand, the people are looking for buying such small tablet, they're looking for something that is more portable, they can put in the pocket, smaller bags, or even in their hand. See, it's basically the smaller iPad Air, and if you're confused between this and iPad Air, I don't think you need this. So if you can actually work with a bigger canvas, I think you should go for iPad Air or some iPad Pro. Because a person who is confused whether they should get the smaller size or not, they don't actually need the smaller size. But I know there are certain amount of people that would prefer a smaller size tablet. Like me, I cannot use the 12.9 inch. I think the 11 inch is good enough for me. But there are a lot of people that find 11 inch bigger as well, because people like to read books on their tablets, and carrying a 11 inch or 12.9 inch is really heavy. So either they have to put it down, and then it's not the same feeling. So for those people, I think this is a really good tablet. If I have to choose between this and my iPad Pro, I will definitely go for the iPad Pro. Not because it has a better refresh rate or it's a bigger size. The fact that it does not have those 3 pins, so you cannot attach a magic keyboard, and you don't even have a magic keyboard for this size. So I use my iPad with a keyboard most of the time. So I think I don't even remember the time that I don't use it. I mean, I use touchscreen, but the keyboard is always there. So that part I definitely miss on this iPad mini. So for that purpose only, I might not use it. And there are a lot of students who takes note every single day, and this canvas might be smaller for you, unless you write really small. That can work for you. And if you're writing casually, then it might be okay as well. But for everyday note-taking user, this might not be enough. The note-taking remind me of the sponsor ESR. They make really great matte screen protector if you want to use something like Paper-like, and if you want to take a lot of notes. But in case you don't want to do that, they also have the tempered glass, which I was using on my iPad Pro for a long time. I also recommend their cases, their folio case, which is basically like Apple case but much cheaper, and the quality is kind of similar. And in case you want more protection, you can also use the trifold case. I've been recommending this to a lot of my audience even before they started sending me the case. So this is something I really recommend. But the good thing is, if you want to take casual note, this do support that Apple Pencil 2nd generation. So for that reason, they have switched this power button here as well. I just like the placement a little bit weird, not because it's up there. It's just I always think that the power button will be this, like the volume up, but in this case it's there, because when you turn into landscape, this works as volume up button. But in portrait mode, I think somehow it's confusing for me. I'm still getting used to it. The one thing I really think that the iPad mini is a little bit expensive. The thing is, it has that latest A15 Bionic chip, which is really powerful and going to last you a really long time. But the thing is, people who are buying this iPad mini might not need that much of power, because the screen real estate rate is really slow. So unless you are going to connect it with the monitor and doing the video editing, this much power is way too much for you. So if they would have used the A14 or even A13, that would have been fine if they can reduce the price for this iPad mini. But I think apart from price, I really enjoyed this iPad. Taking this with me anywhere, it's really easy. If you want to watch some media, read, and even walk around the house and doing anything on this, which is really convenient because this is a really light and a very small tablet. This is a good media device. The stereo speakers are also great. They lack a little bit bass, but otherwise they are really good. Yes, it is not an AMOLED or mini LED, but iPad screen has been really good for me, so I don't think there's any issue with that. A lot of people were complaining about the jelly scroll issue, and I think most of the people who are going to notice it, they are coming from iPad Pro, which uses 120Hz refresh rate, and this 60Hz might be a little bit jittery for them. But for a normal user, like for my partner, she did not even notice any sort of jelly scrolling. So I think you guys will be fine. And if I talk about the design, this is the biggest change this year, and actually I love it because I think this is one of the best design you can get on a tablet. The bezel are thick enough so that you can hold it, but the screen real estate is really good. I love the fact that you have the USB-C now. And if you get this iPad mini with this iPhone 13 mini, I think this is a great combination. I mean, combine the price of these, this is still cheaper than iPhone 13 Pro Max, at least in India. So in case you don't want to carry something really heavy every single day, I think iPhone 13 mini is going to be a really good device. And if you want to watch some media at home, or maybe you're traveling, I think this is going to also be a good device. So I think the combination of this is really good for those people who wants to have smaller devices, don't want to carry a lot of weight with them. I don't usually talk about the cameras on iPads because it's really hard to use. But I think in this case, this is a really light device. And if you want to record something, I think you can do this on this iPad. It was really difficult on my iPad Pro. I am not talking about the center stage right now because I know you guys know what it is. And I don't think it's really useful. I thought it might be, and at least on this iPad Pro when it's on the landscape mode. But when you have your tablet in your hand, I don't think that's a lot useful. I think the only thing I miss on this tablet is the Face ID, because iPads are usually used at home and you're not wearing mask at home. I use my iPhone outside, so I would wish, I mean, they had that Touch ID on iPhone, but this is what we get. But otherwise the Touch ID is good enough, it works. I don't like the implementation that you have to rest your finger on it, but it works. So the answer to that question that I asked in the starting, does this size make sense? And I think yes. I know a lot of people might not appreciate this size and would rather go for iPad Air, but there are some certain amount of people which will really love and appreciate this size. And in case you read a lot of books, and if you want a lot of media, and if you want something portable and light, I don't think there's anything better than this out there. And with having that latest processor, it's going to last you a really long time. So I think investing in something like this will be really good for you. But one thing you need to keep in mind, that this is not a productivity device. So if you're looking for something to do like drawing or video editing or photo editing, this might not be a perfect device for you. If you have any other question, you can ask me in the comment box. You can also follow me on Twitter and I can interact with you there. My name is Rohit. I'll see you in the next one. Till then.